Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Titty Gang podcast. We are so sorry for not having an episode last week. We encountered some more technical problems and we didn't have any time to re-record. So here's this week's episode. It's just me, Marina, and Holly this time. And yeah, so here we go.
What's up,
Hi.
everybody?
So this week, actually, in the last 2 or so days, Billy Ray Cyrus is now. This is so funny. Right, so is it Lil Nas X?
Yeah,
Is that how you say his name?
yeah.
I don't know. I'm really sorry if it's not. He released, so a little bit backstory. He released Old Town Road like a long time ago. It became a huge TikTok song, and it went like number one in the country charts. And then iTunes were like, hang on, that's not a country song, and decided to like cut it from the country charts. And his response to this was to then fucking draft in Billy Ray Cyrus. Mans came running, drafting Billy Ray Cyrus, and released a remix of Old Town Road, which fucking slaps.
It's so good.
So hard. It's so good. Like, I never expected Billy Ray Cyrus to go so hard. And he did. Fucking all of the memes that have come from this have been amazing.
Oh,
The
I
song's
know.
amazing.
I haven't heard
I
it.
just...
Oh my God, Marina.
Please. It's so good. It's just... I love the meme where it's just like the picture of the original cover, which is just one horse, and then the picture of the new cover, which is two horses. Like Lil Nas came back with help.
he literally posted that himself. Like Lil Nas X was like, "Yo, look, he came back with more people or whatever," and I was like, "Bro,
It's so good, bro. I just can't get over how good it is, and I know it's gonna like go mad on TikTok again, like just like the first one did.
oh, I know
But,
it.
it's just,
It blew up like
to be honest, even
overnight.
the
Like
first one
it's already like
slapped.
number one. Like, oh
And
man,
that's no lie.
yeah. You know what? Speaking of like how it got removed from the country charts, I watched this video on YouTube of this guy who's talking about like just like country music in general and like modern country music and like why that song is still like country. He's basically saying like, oh, like, modern country music now has like I almost they have like the beat and like the clap sounds and like the snapping sounds that like
Yeah.
pop has, and it's starting to be like, deviate, like take some elements from like pop music and R&B music and go into country, like
Yeah.
like that song like
Let
Body.
me find this tweet from Billy
Yeah,
Ray Cyrus. He
sorry.
tweeted,
No,
it was so
like that
obvious
song,
to me after.
like
So,
Body Like a Back Road or whatever, or like any like Florida Georgia line like popular song. They're all kind of like
yeah.
poppy, but they're all still considered country. And then it's like, Lil Nas like X puts out this song, and all of a sudden like his song isn't country even though it has the same elements as the other songs that have like topped the
Yeah.
charts lately. And so people are like, what the hell? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Which I agree too. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, even Billy Ray himself, he was like, oh, um, like when I first heard this song, like I thought it was a country song. Like, like it has like the lyrics, it has the catchy like hook or whatever, and it has a banjo.
Yeah.
What more do you need?
That was literally the tweet I was about to read. It was just like, what's this rudimentary element of a country and western song? Then I thought, it's honest, humble, and has an infectious hook and a banjo. What the hell more do you need?
Yeah, I know. I died when I saw that. I was like, bro.
It's so, but like, oh, I just can't get over it. Like, how much it does go hard.
But like the bars, like the straight bars. Like, okay, I'm gonna read some, cause it's fire.
Please.
Okay.
Sorry, I haven't heard it. And I don't really have an opinion, but
It's okay.
It's mostly because I've been high on pain meds for about like a week straight.
I know, my poor child.
That's partly why we didn't have an episode last week, because I took so long to edit, and then once I did finally get around to it, it was too late, and I realized Holly's mic picked up output and input.
Yeah, my mic has done this twice now. So, like, every time we say we have technical difficulties, it's always my fucking fault.
we still stand, though.
Thank you.
At least I still stand. I don't know about Marina, but, like, I stand.
This is going to be such a relaxed episode. It's Saturday afternoon. I've been at work and I'm just chilling.
I know, so like, I'm literally chilling in my bed, like, I'm having a good time.
I literally just got out of bed and it's been raining really hard. Like, there's a thunder, like, really loud thunder, so I feel bad having Wizard in his crate downstairs. But I also,
Aww.
I really hope that there's not, like, a big clap of thunder while we're recording that I have to edit out.
I forgot what I was going to say. This is just life updates. We've done talking about our one topic of the day. I'm currently rocking a fucking huge ass bandage on my wrist because last night I decided that it would be a really good idea to cook my dinner at like 8 p.m, 9 p.m, drunk as fuck.
I remember, it was so loud. We were on voice call, and this girl's like, I'm gonna make some dinner, blah, 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 blah. And so we're all trying, like, we're all playing Cards Against Humanity online, okay? And, like, we're all just trying to play the game and talk, and then all you hear from Holly's end is, like, banging and clashing and, like, rappers and, like, all these things. And I'm like, Holly, like, shut up. Like, what are you doing?
Every time we tried to tell her, like, Holly, you're making a lot of noise. She'd be like, who, me?
I'm not making a lot of noise.
Well, I'm not making noise. I can't do her accent.
I can only do, like, the Hermione Granger accent. Sorry.
Yeah. Blimey, Harry.
So I've learned a valuable lesson to not cook drunk because I've now got the fucking massive burn on my arm.
Oh my god.
Did I not show you guys a picture? I fucking burnt my arm on the oven.
No.
To be honest, it wasn't that bad, but like I just didn't think anything of it. You know when you're drunk and you're just like, whatever. And I woke up this morning and I was like, Jesus Christ. And I had to go into work and like work was fine, like my wrist was fine, it didn't hurt. But like shit kept getting stuck in it, like in the little wound thing. So I had to like get my friend who's a first aider and be like, bro, please fix my wrist. So now I've got this fucking huge ass bandage and all of my friends at work were calling me Keith Lemon because
oh my god.
Keith Lemon has a fucking bandage on his hand and they were like, Keith Lemon looking ass. I was like, what the fuck? That's so mean.
Oh man. That's funny. Oh, but I still want to read these fire bars though.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Go on.
Sorry, I
From
interrupted
Marina.
you.
No, it's okay. So, this is specifically for Marina and anyone else who hasn't heard this song. Okay? It's Billy Ray Cyrus's verse. He goes, hat down, cross town, living like a rock star. Spent a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings and Fendi sports bras, riding down rodeo in my Maserati sports car. Got no stress, I've been through all that. I'm like a Marlboro man, I kick on back. Wish I could roll on back to that old town road. I wanna ride till I can't no more.
Wow.
So, bars.
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 Indeed, ladies. Those are bars.
And he did it so well. Like, I'm still shocked. Like, I'm shocked that, like, he could even do that.
Well,
I know, because I've not heard a Billy Ray Cyrus song since, like, Don't Break My
Achy
Heart.
breaky heart.
My achy breaky heart.
my achy breaky heart.
That's, like, the last Billy Ray Cyrus song I can even remember hearing. So, like, how old's this man?
I don't
Oh, he's
know.
in his 50s,
How
right?
old is
He's probably
he?
in his
Must
probably-
be.
yeah.
He's probably around my dad's age, because I'm at the same age as Miley,
He is
I think. She
57.
might be older than me.
Yeah, makes sense.
He's
Miley Cyrus is
57?
older, I think. Yeah.
Oh, he's older than my dad.
Yeah, but they also have like 6 kids or something. Like like Miley has like
An
Like, I
older
think-
brother, right?
she has like 2
Like
older
Trey
brothers and like an
Cyrus.
older sister, and then it's her, and then it's Noah.
Is her older brother still dating Brenda Song?
No.
No, she was dating. Brenda Song's dating someone else now, isn't she?
No, he's dating someone else, and she's like doing whatever. I remember when they were dating, and I was just like, "Look, it's freaking London Tipton."
No, she's dating Macaulay Culkin.
Oh my God,
that's
actually?
right.
Yeah.
Bro, London Tipton and Home Alone.
Mhm.
Let's go.
London Tipton and Home Alone.
I don't even remember his name.
I just said it.
It's
so
Macaulay
he calls him
Culkin.
Home Alone.
No, like his name in the movie.
Oh.
Kevin.
Kevin. London Tipton and Kevin. Kevin.
Oh, they were engaged. I didn't realize that Trey Cyrus and Brenda Song were engaged.
Oh shit. Well,
Listen, they broke up in 2012 and then got back together in January 2013 and then broke up again. So it's been a while.
yeah, it has been a while. Damn, I feel old. I feel like that happened like last year. Oh,
It was
man.
like a while ago.
Well, speaking of like entertainers, in Twitter news, Cardi B posted a very explicit photo.
It's not very explicit. Come on.
Well, like it has like a whole ass vagina and a dick in it. Like it's just nudity. Like it's just like, you know.
Yeah, but it's
Have
not
you
even real
been on
people.
Twitter
It's a fucking
before?
drawing.
Like,
I
what
know.
she posted was
right.
art.
I know.
The
It
shit
was literally
that
just
fucking.
art.
Listen, I've seen way worse than this because I follow fucking Dan Holter
Right.
on
my
Twitter.
Dan,
Dan,
fucking
we're calling you out again.
Holton. I've got a bone to pick with Dan Holton.
Bro, our friend Dan, he literally retweets the most disgusting shit, and I'm just minding my business.
So yeah, this is so the shit that Cardi B posted is nothing.
Yeah, no, it's really nothing.
Nothing.
It's literally just like imagine it's just literally just like a photo of some like an art photo of people doing like 69. So like, it's not that bad.
I'll
But anyway.
describe some of the shit that Dan Holton posts. He made us
God.
watch a video of this Cuban guy
Oh
with his
God, I
actual
forgot.
dick in the vagina, pee in coochie. That one's for Jared. The penis had like
Oh God, no.
had
Do you
like
not remember the
things
penis
insert-
pearls?
things inserted under its like under the penis skin, and Maria Googled it for us. Apparently it's pearls. Like this dude had pearls in his dick skin.
Yeah, it's like a
I just
body
thought it was
modification.
funny.
And
It literally looked like he was fucking her with a massage roller.
yeah, Dan was like, watch till the end for a surprise, and I was like, don't make me do this. It's not. I'm sure it's not that great. And he was like,
It
no,
wasn't
it's
even
great.
worth it.
It's a huge twist. And so I watched till the end, and all that happens, I'm gonna spoil it right now. All that happens is she squirts, and Dan thought it was.
I thought,
No, she
I
doesn't
thought he
squirt.
pissed.
She just straight up
He
pees.
pissed in her.
Yeah,
Who pees? Was it him or her?
it's her.
No, it obviously wasn't him. No, I
Oh, I
really
don't
don't think
know.
that was pee.
It
There's
was
a num-
you-
Do you know?
There's
It
a
was
number of
definitely
reasons
pee.
that
was pee.
vaginal discharge could be yellow. She probably had some kind of like bacterial infection.
well,
If she had,
squirting is pee. Like, okay, it's all it is like, well, it's like other like fluids, and then it's like pee, but with nothing in it. Like, you know, pee is just like water or whatever with all the not nutrients, like the waste that like your body extracts, and that like goes into the pee. But like squirting is just like the pee fluid with no waste in it. Like it's just the fluid. But she was definitely peeing. Like
That's
100%.
not how.
She was
That's not how
peeing.
vaginas work.
Girl, I have
Marina,
looked
please.
this up. Girl, I have
a
studied.
vagina.
Okay, but I'm just saying I don't trust that. I don't think that your theory is correct.
Girl,
I think it's
girl, I will go on Google right now. Girl, don't
No,
test
please
me.
don't Google it right now. I'm starting to get
Shall
nauseous.
we watch the video again to come to a conclusion?
Okay, well, anyway, so Cardi B posted this photo, and she was just like, oh, like, this is a big fucking mood. And people got really mad at her because they were like, oh, like, you're supposed to be, like, a role model for kids. Like, you can't be posting that, like, explicit content, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, you need to chill. And then she was just like, let me pull up her tweet. Because she responded to the person who was like, yo, like, you're a role model. She basically said, for these past 2 years, I've been watching what I say and I haven't been myself. I've been feeling trapped and sad because it's not me. But everyone tells me, like, oh my god, first of all, her sentence doesn't make any sense. But everybody tells me to be it for me to be this role model. And guess what? People still spit my past right in my face. So for now, I'm going to be my old self. And she has a point. I personally disagree with people saying that like she needs to be a role model. Like, this other person was like, I don't agree with the messages you've been sending us young girls. So many of us look to you as a role model. That should send a loud message. Like, where you went wrong, like, number one, why are you looking to Cardi B as a role model? Like,
right,
that is the last person you should look for a role model.
Well, certain aspects of her life, sure, you probably shouldn't emanate, but is that the right word, emanate? But
Emulate,
like, she definitely is a strong female figure in the rap industry right now, and there's a lot of things that, yeah, you should aspire to be based on who Cardi is, but not, like, don't try and be Cardi, because she did some shit to get to where she is.
Yeah, well, think of, like, she was, like, you know, she grew up, like, rough. She was on, like, I think she was on, what, the show, like, Love and Hip Hop or whatever. Like, you know, people loved the fact that she was, like, a nasty girl. Like, she did what she wanted, like, blah, blah, blah. And now that she's still doing that, people are like, oh, like, you need to be a role model because you're famous now. And I'm like, just because you're famous doesn't mean you're a role model. Like, sure, you can look at, like, her success and, like, her, like, drive or whatever and be like, yeah, like, that's cool, but, like, don't, like, she's always been, like, this way. Like, in either way, like, her songs and stuff, like, if your kids are like, why are your kids listening to that? Like, her songs are, like, explicit. Like, like, yo, like, if you're like, I mean, when I was younger, of course, I listened to bad shit too, but I didn't look up to those people as a role model. And if your kids, like, it's your job to explain to your kids what a role model is and who they should look up to. Like,
but even then, how is her posting an artsy photo of two people 69ing on Twitter like, bad? Like, wouldn't you...
People post shit like this all the time.
I mean, yeah, first of all, but, like, her just as a public figure and a woman as a public figure, she's very open about her sexuality, and
yeah, she's very sex
she
positive.
Strongly believes that, you know, women shouldn't be ashamed of, you know, being sexual, being who they are, and they shouldn't be called, like, thoughts and hoes and sluts for it. So, if anything, I would definitely prefer my daughter to see a public figure being open and honest about their sexual, being, their sexual, what's the word? Sorry, I'm still...
I know, I already know what you're thinking, and I can't think of the word either.
You guys know what I mean. Their sexuality. I just didn't finish the word.
Yeah, plus, even, like, think about her songs. Like, think about, like, Please Me. That's, like, you know, a good song, and, like, whatever. Like, but that song is literally about sex. Like,
yeah,
a lot of songs are like that, though. Like,
yeah,
that are popular are about sex.
Yeah, like, all the rap songs now, especially in rap, like, sex, drugs, like, you know, whatever. It's been like that forever, and, like,
even songs by people that are meant to be role models for children, you know, like Little Mix. Even their songs are about sex, and people still let their kids listen to it, and people still let their kids go to the concerts, and they're supposed to be role models for children.
Right. What about the
apparently.
Spice Girls?
Oh yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
how many of their songs I did not realize were sexual as a
Oh,
child?
I don't know if it was Spice Girls or Pussycat Dolls. I think it's Pussycat Dolls. That song Buttons, where she goes like, "Oh, loosen up my buttons, baby." That song's literally so sexy and explicit.
Oh yeah, that's.
But I loved that
Pussycat
song
Dolls.
when I was a kid. I was like, "Oh, this song's so good, yeah." But I didn't know what it meant. I was a fucking kid.
Yeah. So the same can be said for all them artists, but then when they were popular, nobody said shit.
Yeah, it was. I know it was a different
Nobody
time
said
too. But
shit.
even still, like,
Y'all need to just calm down.
yeah, like I don't know, like it's just tough, I guess. Like, if anything, like, even as like, I don't know, when I think of Cardi B, I don't think of role model. Like, and if you think that, like, I don't know, like, I feel like there's something wrong with you. Like,
Yeah, definitely not a role model for children,
yeah,
but it's
definitely
good.
not.
I don't know. She's definitely a powerful woman that has a lot of
Yeah,
really great things about her that every woman should see.
yeah, like, you know, like, I'm just thinking, like all these songs, like, I used to, like, when I was a kid, I used to love the Black Eyed Peas, like, so much. And when their album, I think it's called Monkey Business, the one with, like, My Humps and all those songs on them,
Oh yeah.
I loved those songs so much when I was a kid because they're really catchy, like, but, like, they're literally about sex, like, they were so explicit, but I didn't know. I was literally 6 years old, and I remember I was in a Costco. Okay, wow, this is like ancient times. I was in a Costco when I was 6 years old, and my mom was with me, and it was when that album had just come out, and of course, like, CDs were, like, still a thing, and, like, people still bought them and stuff. So they had the Black Eyed Peas CD with, like, all those songs, and I was like, "Mom, please, like, can I please have it? Like, please, please, please." And obviously CDs still, like, they were never expensive, but, like, she was just like, "No, like, it's too inappropriate." And I'm like, that's what people should do with their kids. Like, obviously I didn't know, and it's not like it would have affected me because I still listen to the songs, but it's like, parent, like, it's your job to tell your kids, like, no, this is inappropriate, like, blah blah blah. You shouldn't, like listen, like, to the song. If they do it still, like, again, like, that's out of your control, but, like, it's still your job to say that. And, like, for example, like, if I was a parent now and my kid was listening to freaking Please Me by Cardi B, sure, it's a catchy song, but I'd say, like, the song's, like, really inappropriate. Like, don't, like, reenact this shit. Like, you know. Like,
Yeah, I understand. But then it's like, even if my mum and dad told me that I couldn't listen to this song or I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that, I would just do it anyway.
oh yeah, me too. But again, at least as your parent, it's still your job to try your
At
best.
least attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was harder back then to just keep doing it because, like, you mostly just had, like, the radio and, like, maybe the internet. But, like, now it's a lot easier because, like, of Spotify and YouTube and whatever. But,
Yeah. And you don't know what kids are, like, doing on their phone.
yeah. Unless you're one
Especially
of
if
those
they're young.
cray parents that, like, spy on their kids.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
No, that's
definitely.
really weird.
There are definitely cray parents. I was working for this woman once, and she, like, straight up would read her daughter's text messages and
Oh
would
my God,
text with her daughter's, like, junior high boyfriend.
No, you do not want to read them messages, lady. No offense.
Yeah, no, she would message her daughter's junior high boyfriend herself and be like, "I know you didn't just say this to her in text message."
That's really strange.
That's so fucked
Isn't it?
up. It's just like, here's the thing. It's like, they were kids once too, and, like, this is why I never understand parents like those. Either they grew up in that kind of environment, so they think it's normal, or it's just kind of like they're just really overprotective and, like, blah blah blah. And, like, I understand the need to, like, want to, like, protect your child and want to, like, make sure that, like, they aren't getting into anything bad, and, like, I get that, but it's like, they deserve their privacy too, and, like, they deserve respect as well. Even if they're younger than you, they're still your child. And, like, if you don't show them that they also deserve respect, then they're gonna have self-esteem issues. Like, that happened with me when I was younger. my parents weren't like that, but I've definitely never had like a big privacy like barrier. For example, like they never knock on the even now, like they never knock on the door before coming in my room. My room doesn't have a lock, so like the door's always closed. My mom will just barge in, or like my sister will just barge in, and I'm like, what if I'm like, you know, like especially
busy.
especially when I'm younger. That's why like what if I'm like, you know, like you're a kid, like you're like not a kid, like you know, you're a teen, like you're like exploring yourself or like whatever, and it's like your fucking parents just barge in, like no questions asked, no one knocks on the fucking door. Like I had to like be so sneaky all the time. And I didn't like that. I didn't like being sneaky. Like I felt like I had to be sneaky because of that like lack of privacy. And it's not as bad as like some of these people have it, but either way, it's like that still like fucks up like your kids like psyche a little bit because it's like they don't have any privacy and so they feel the need that they have to sneak around. Then they get into doing bad shit because then they actually sneak around and then they actually do bad shit. But meanwhile, if you let them have like their privacy, like of course like to a point, but like if you let them have their privacy, like don't read their text messages, don't do this, and like they're less likely to get into like bad shit because they're not gonna sneak around because they know that they don't need to because they have their privacy.
That does make a lot of sense, though.
Right.
But, like, I don't know. I don't have kids.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of parent I'm going to be. I hope I'm, like, a decent enough parent where they don't want to hide stuff from me.
Yeah.
Because, like, I can honestly say there's some shit, like, my parents definitely don't know. Well, I assume they don't know. I would, if they knew, I would want to know how. But, like, not because of my parents, I'm not going to get into personal shit. Not because, like, my parents didn't want me to, like, talk to them about stuff, but, like, I don't know. You know when you're just not comfortable?
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way with my parents, and especially, like, my mom. I feel like, a lot of the times, it's not, like, their fault. Like, my mom especially, like, I just know that it's just, like, a personality trait about her. Like, we're very different, but at the same time, we're also alike. Like, we're both kind of, like, explosive, if that makes sense. Like I like to think that I do like keep my composure most of the time, but like if something is being like assumed about me and it's like something bad, then like I'll get really reactive because like I'm like trying to defend myself. My mom's the same way, but like for example, like if I remember like trying to tell her like things and she wouldn't get it right away, and then she'd get mad or something, or she would just like start blaming me or just, you know, whatever. And it wasn't out of like bad intention, and I know that, so I'm not like upset that she did that, but because of that, like I didn't want to tell her anything because like I knew that she would just like yell at me or react in like a stupid way. So I was like, why am I gonna tell you anything if you're just gonna react that way? So I stopped telling her things, and she still doesn't get it because we've talked about it a lot. So like she still doesn't get it, and I'm like, because every time I try to tell you something you react in this way, and she's like, no I don't. And I'm like, at this point I just like give up. I'm like, yeah you do, like whatever. But you know, sometimes people are just like that, and that's okay. Like I think it's important to like, I don't know, just listen to your kids, I guess, like before reacting. But
yeah, shout out my mom and dad because they listen to our podcast. Parents are the worst roommates.
Oh god, yeah. I remember you saying parents are the worst roommates. Like, I love my mum and dad now, but like, goddamn, I could not live with my mum and dad.
Oh, I know. I want to move out so bad. I'm like my mom's like away right now, and I'm like low key like it's such a blessing just to be away for like 2 weeks. It sounds horrible, but like, oh, sometimes you just need a break.
Yeah. Shout out mom and dad. I love you guys.
I love you,
Shout
Marina's
out
mom and dad.
Marina's
I had a
mum and
nightmare
dad.
last night that I forgot my dad's birthday, which is only funny because we have the same birthday.
Oh.
Oh, so his birthday's next week.
Yeah, my birthday's next Friday.
Yo, shout out Marina for having a birthday.
Shout and happy early birthday to Marina's dad.
Thanks.
Yes.
What an absolute gem for listening to the podcast. But yeah, I do agree. Parents are the worst roommates because, like, I can go home, but I could not. I went home for Christmas for like 4 days, and that was fine. But there was in my summer of like my first year of uni, I went home for like the summer, so like 3 months, 4 months. Oh my god! And by the end of it, I think everyone was just ready for me to leave. Like, it was like, I'm from a very small town, and there was nothing to do, and I couldn't drive at the time, so I was just stuck at home, and I went to work, and I came home, and that was it. That was all I did for the entire summer.
Oh my god.
And it was painful. It was so painful. So I just don't go home anymore. Like, I like going home for a few days and stuff, but like, I can't go for longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, no, my mom, oh my god. I feel like I'm like shit talking my mom. I'm not, but she will like blame us for like the mess in the house when she's like the number one perpetrator and she doesn't believe it. And it's so funny because like, yeah, like it's not that I'm not a little messy and that like my sister's not a little messy. Like we are, and like we get it from her, but she doesn't believe that we get it from her. Like my mom every morning, and my grandma, like her mom told me that she's been doing this for years. So she will literally leave like everything that she has for breakfast, so she'll take out like the jam, like the cream cheese, the freaking bread, the whatever. She always has toast. And she will literally just leave it out all the time. And she leaves it like all day. Then she goes to work, and like I wake up or like I come home from work and it's still there. And I'm like, bro, like just put it away. And then she gets mad when we don't put shit away. And every time I'm like, what about all your breakfast that you literally keep out on the fucking counter all day, every day? And she's like, well, whatever. Like, that's not the same. And I'm like, uh-huh. I just like, it's so annoying sometimes, but she doesn't listen to the podcast. But like, if she ever does, shout out, Mom, I still love you.
I still love you. My mum, I will not even tell my mum the name of the podcast.
Yeah, I haven't even told her about it. I was like,
she was like, I was like, oh, I've got the podcast thing to do, and she's like, I was like, Mum, don't listen to it, like, just don't listen. She was like, how can I listen to it when you haven't even told me the name? I was like, the good logic, I like that one.
Yeah, I told my mom, she said, because I told her, like, yeah, we recorded our first episode, and we posted it on YouTube, and she goes, oh, that's so exciting, how do I listen to it? And I said, you go on YouTube, and you search Titty Gang Podcast. And she goes, what? I said, Titty Gang Podcast. And she goes, Titty what? And I just started laughing. And she goes, Marina, that's the name? You can't change it to something else? So I was like, no, that's the name. It's Titty Gang Podcast.
That's funny. I can just imagine your mum saying that as well.
Yeah.
Oh man.
God,
yeah, no, my mom wouldn't even be surprised that we named it that. Like, she would just look, she'd give me that look.
Where did the name even come from?
I don't know.
Because we had that group chat that was just girls, right?
Oh,
and
yeah,
it was
Titty.
It's called Titty
Talk.
Titty.
Oh.
No, I think it is called Titty Gang.
Is it not Titty Talk? I don't know.
Is it?
Well, whatever. Titty some.
It's...
And Maria was
Oh,
like,
it's
yeah,
called
let's
Titty
do a
Gang.
podcast, guys. And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
I always refer to you guys as the titties.
Thank
We
you.
are the titties. We aren't even human. We're just like walking boobs.
Yeah. Like, Mass will be like, oh, who did you tell? And I was like, oh, just the titties. Not major, just the titties.
Well, what else is
Yeah.
going on in our lives, ladies?
Oh, literally nothing. Like, nothing has happened this week.
I stayed home sick from work this week.
You needed to, though.
Yeah.
We kept telling you to go home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys did keep telling me to go home and that I shouldn't be at work.
Yo, I was ready to on my way airplane and like physically remove you from work, and put you at home and like lock the door.
For those who don't know, I was in the emergency room last Thursday, and because I thought I had appendicitis, and appendicitis is when your appendix becomes inflamed and it has to be removed, and you have really sharp pains in your lower right abdomen, and you get like really nauseous. You can't keep anything down. You might be throwing up. You might have a fever, and I had all of those symptoms. So I walked into my manager's office. I was like, "Hey guys, so I'm gonna go. I think I might have appendicitis. So I'm gonna have my friend take me to the emergency room." And I said it so calmly that they didn't know how to react. And they were just like, yeah, go take care of yourself. Do you have a ride? Are you gonna drive yourself home? Like, what's your plan? I'm like, no, I'm gonna drive myself home. My friend is gonna meet me at my house, and then we'll figure out where I'm gonna go from there. And so then I went to the emergency room. April stayed with me for a little while. Then my parents showed up, so she left, and they did a CAT scan, and they did a CAT scan, and the doctor basically came back into my room and was like, "So the good news is you don't have appendicitis." I was like, "Oh, okay, so what's going on, buddy?" And he said, "The bad news is you have a really large cyst, like really large, like it's pretty big, on your right ovary." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he held up like a little piece of measuring tape, like, "This is how big it is." I was like, "Oh, that's big." I think he said it was 7.4 centimeters, which is basically the size of like a lemon. Or actually, it's probably the size of the palm of my hand, which is, I have really small hands, but yeah. So he said, but it doesn't seem like you need emergency surgery now, because the only reason they would do that in the emergency room is if like the cyst had like twisted around my ovary and cut off the blood supply, and I needed to like have it removed or something like that, or like in an attempt to save my ovary, which wasn't the case because my pain was not that bad, although it was pretty bad because I do downplay my pain levels quite a bit so that I don't freak myself out and others around me. But so I got to go home. He sent over my information to an OBGYN, and I tried to go into work for a few days because I didn't want to inconvenience anybody. And that was not fun. So on Monday I told everyone, I was like, "Listen, I tried to not inconvenience anybody, but I need to go home, and I need to like, my pain is so much worse, and I've been high on pain meds for like 3 days straight. I can't be here." So they let me stay home, and I managed to get into the OBGYN the next day, and the good news was that they looked at my cyst again, and it's smaller, so they didn't have to do any type of surgery. So that was fun. The bad news was she was unable to really tell me how much longer I was going to be in pain. So she just wrote me a note to stay out of work for a week, and then told me to just keep taking tramadol and the anti-inflammatory meds and stay in bed. So that's what I've been doing, and the past week has been a complete blur. Like,
it's too high.
I really don't even remember certain days of the week. Like, Holly and I
That's
had a
wild.
conversation on Wednesday. I thought it was earlier that same day.
When did we have a conversation?
Well, it
See,
was
I'm not even high on pyramids, and I don't know when.
it was on iMessage. You and I were talking on iMessage about something.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and yeah, I think I was talking to Aiden about the same conversation. And I was like, yeah, me and Holly talked about that this morning. And then I looked at my iMessage. I was like, wait a second, no, it was 2 days ago.
Damn, that's a wild shit you taking right there. Sign me up.
You've been high on tramadol for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something else that happened this week for me, I got a new tattoo on Wednesday, and it's the dumbest shit I've ever done. Basically, this is so bad. Me and my best friend Amy really like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and we say like, cool a lot, and we were watching Mamma Mia when we were drunk, and Amanda Seyfried and the two best friends in the show that she's like best friends with on the movie or whatever, they got Minge tattooed on their foot, and we were like, that's such a good idea. We should get something tattooed, and because we watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine and we say cool a lot, I now have the word cool in cursive tattooed on my foot.
Yeah.
How did it?
And it looked pretty cool. No pun intended. But then
Literally,
you sent us another picture the next day, and I was like, what the fuck is that? It's all blotchy.
I woke up on Thursday morning, and my tattoo looked like a whole ass splodge. It was illegible. You could not read it. You couldn't even see what it said. And Tyler was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, my tattoo. But it's fine now. Like, I washed it, and I've been taking care of it, and it's fine now. But, like, damn, I will never ever get tattooed on my foot again.
Yo, you know my
Sorry.
You know my favorite part about the big splodge on your foot? I was literally like, Holly, like, you should wear like shoes that don't like rub on your foot or whatever, and you were like, oh, I didn't even think about that, and I was like, bro. I was like, no wonder it looked like shit.
It's because I have to wear steel toe cap boots for work, and I was just like, I can't wear fucking flip flops.
Well, I wasn't saying flip flop. I was just saying like a soft material shoe or something to like protect the tattoo. I don't know. Like that'd be like my first thought, and then you were just like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
That shit fucking hurt though, man. It hurt. Like, I have another this is my second tattoo, and my other one is fine. That's like it's the most white girl tattoo. It's just above my ankle, and that was fine. Like, it only hurt in a couple of spaces for like 0.1 seconds. This hurt the entire time. I was like, Amy was holding my hand, the guy doing it was like holding my foot down, like properly trying to stop me from moving, and he was like, can you stop moving please? And I was like trying to hold my leg straight, hold Amy's hand, not concentrate on the fact that someone was stabbing my foot. It was awful.
Yeah, that's a tough spot because all your nerves like are in your the nerve endings are on your foot.
Yeah.
But Mass was like, when I told him about getting this tattoo and the idea behind it, he was like, yeah, you know, when I said I like cool tattoos, I meant like something with a bit of meaning around it, like something sentimental, not literally the word cool. But now, like, everyone I've shown it to have been like, that's a cool tattoo. Thinking this so clever, like I've not heard it 20 times.
It's like,
oh, that's a cool tattoo.
You're never gonna stop hearing it though.
Yo,
never.
It's like those freaking customers where like something doesn't work, like you scan something in and like it doesn't work or something, and they're like I guess it's free.
Oh, I hate that.
Haven't heard that
Same
one
energy.
before. Ha ha.
Literally the same energy.
It's all like the same kind of people too. Like, you just know.
No, at the car dealership we have a popcorn machine. Well, like every car dealership in this area has a popcorn machine, right? And even though I'm working at a different dealership now, it's the same shit. Customers will come over to my desk on their way to the popcorn machine and go, "I only come here for the popcorn."
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sure
know.
it
We
was
talk shit about
actually-
you every time.
I'm sure that it was to get your oil changed and that the popcorn's just a plus, but you keep telling yourself that the popcorn's why you come back.
Oh man. Oh, okay. I know this is like so random and has nothing to do with anything, but there's some more like beauty guru tea that I have unearthed and discovered.
Oh, is the
Go
Jeffree
on.
Star's warehouse being like
It is not that,
burglarized?
but it is about fucking our sister James Charles.
Of course.
Oh shit! What happened?
So he
Sister.
made his first giveaway for his like sister apparel line, and
Yeah.
basically the time frame. Okay, so the giveaway, basically all the rules was that okay, like we're gonna give away like every single color of this like hoodie or whatever, and you just have to, the way you need to enter is to send a picture or post a picture like tagging the giveaway whatever, of you wearing like the sister apparel merch or whatever. And so people were like, yo, what the hell, like that's not fair at all, because like not everyone can afford like whatever, and it's a giveaway, like why are you making it for people that have only like purchased like your product, like whatever. So a bunch of people were saying that's not fair. I personally agree too, like it's not really fair, but you know, whatever, it's his giveaway. And then people, so you know, James Charles is like such an idiot, and he fucking responded like a dumbass, and he was like, oh, like this giveaway is like less than a week long, because people were saying that like, oh, like it's just like a ploy to like get people to buy something so that they can enter. And he was like, well, like it's less than a week long, like, you know, it's not enough time to buy something, like this is just like a thank you to people who already support us. And then people were like, well, some people don't have money to support you, so we just watch your videos, like, oh my god, like he doesn't care about us, like blah blah blah. And then he responded, oh my freaking god, I need to read this tweet. Oh my god, it was like, I was shocked that he even said this. He goes, so yeah, he was saying the giveaway literally lasts for less than a week, blah blah blah. And he goes, I clearly explained why, and that there will be giveaways in the future which both of you will be absolutely excluded from. So because that they freaking said that it wasn't fair and that he didn't care about them, he's literally going to exclude them from future giveaways. Wait. He literally said that, like on Twitter, like in the response to them. He was like, both of you will be absolutely excluded from like this giveaway. Petty idiot. Like, oh my god, like he honestly annoys me so much, like every time I see anything.
That's literally wild.
I know.
But I just read on Instagram that they did, Sisters Apparel did post like an apology, and they have, but I think it took a lot to like get through to him and be like, this is wrong, kind of thing.
Yeah. Man, I'm just shocked that he would say that to his fucking fans, like, bro. And then I know there was like, he did like some like sobbing on like Snapchat or whatever, like, you know, like typical beauty guru apology fashion.
Yeah. I feel like this boy just like never is not in some sort of drama.
It's just annoying. Like, he just has a huge ego, and it's like really annoying. Like, personally, I don't really care about any beauty guru drama, but I see it all the time, and it's all over like Twitter and stuff, so I just kind of see it anyway. But like, it's just so annoying. Like, he's such an idiot. Like, he literally will always, like, I don't know how many times you have to like react in a stupid way and respond to like people that are like being rude to you. Like, I don't know how many times you have to do that before you realize that you need to stop.
Yeah, but at the same time, he has had a lot of fame for being his age.
Yeah.
So, I will give him the benefit of the doubt,
Well,
and he is still learning.
yeah, well, he's my age. Like, he's 19
Yeah,
now,
I
I
know.
think. And, like, you know,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like,
It-
I know that he started
know.
fame when he was, like, 17 or something. And I guess, like, that would affect you. But even still, it's, like, I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
you're an adult now. Like, it's kind of just, like, grow up. Like, acting like you're
Grow up.
acting like you're fucking 14. Relax. Like, coming for James Charles's neck right now.
I'm sorry, James Charles. I still really like James Charles. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I literally watched his news video before we recorded this.
Oh, I can't watch.
Listen,
him.
this new video he posted basically was like trying to guess between like the stuff the products that they like his team put in front of him were either like dupes or his like what he uses every day, and they did like his palette, which is cool. So they did like 3 shades from the James Charles X Morphe palette, 3 shades from like ABH, and then 3 shades from Jeffree Star's like palettes, and he had to guess which one was like his, and then like say which set were like from each palette, and then use the one he thinks is the one that he uses every day, which is his own palette. And he got them all wrong, and he ended up using ABH eyeshadows in his tutorial, so man could not even guess his own palette. But it just goes to show that like the palette is great, but the colours in it they're not necessarily original.
Sorry, my dog's like throwing up. She's on my bed, and I feel her like, I thought it was hiccups, but then she starts like gagging, and I'm like, Maya, get off the bed.
Sorry.
Sorry. Anyway, go on.
No, you're alright. Yeah, so it just goes to show like the James Charles X Morphe palette is great, and it is like one palette can do everything. But like if you already have, like, I've got like at least 15 eyeshadow palettes, and I could easily do like his palette with what I've got already.
Yeah.
So like it's not one of them things that like necessarily a must have, but like if it's great for like if you only have a couple of eyeshadow palettes and want something like that.
Yeah. I also so they don't really sell Morphe here in Canada. I know they just opened the store like a couple cities away from me, but like I noticed now that Sephora is starting to sell Morphe, or I don't know if, I know in the States Sephora is like bigger, and like it depends on the area too, like the stock they have. But the one that's in my city, they started selling Morphe, and I was surprised. I was like, oh my god, like there's Morphe. And I considered getting like one of their like bigger palettes, but they're all kind of like, like the ones they sell are just like whatever. But I noticed like most of their palettes are like $20 to $30, which honestly is a really good price for like, they give you like so many shades. So I was like, damn. Then I saw they had the James Charles palette, and it was freaking $50, and I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, oh, like they really went out there, and like, I mean, I still don't think it's expensive for such a huge palette, because like it has so many colors, so, and shades, and like product in it, that I'm not like, oh, that's expensive. But I'm like, compared to the other Morphe palettes, I was like, oh, like, damn, I guess like they just,
I think they make it so expensive just because it's got his name on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the same with like so many makeup collections. Like if you slap someone's name on it, then it instantly doubles in price.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh,
which is wild.
But yeah, that was the shister tea. The shister tea.
I feel like every time I say shister, I feel like Tana Mojo. Shister.
Tana Mongoose.
I love her.
I can't.
I just think it's she's just so funny. I can't take her seriously, but she's just so funny. Oh, right. This is the most lethargic fucking episode we've recorded, because we're done.
What have we talked about? Like nothing.
We talked about nothing for a whole last hour.
True.
We talked about like Billy Ray Cyrus, and then we talked about like our parents, and then
I don't know how we got here.
I hope you guys are still with us and we didn't lose you along the way.
Because we all sound really well, to be honest, Marina's more than likely in pain. I'm tired. and then Alexia's just
I'm like,
looking after a dog apparently.
she didn't end up update. She did not throw up. She just was like gagging or something, and I was like, oh. But I'm sure she might have to. I'm gonna like take her outside.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Do we ever record on a Saturday? It's usually Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You'd think we'd be more awake.
Yeah, more awake on a Saturday instead of a Sunday.
Well, it's so stormy outside, and I literally just got out of bed and set up my computer and joined your call. Here I am.
God,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about this episode, guys, and so that's it. We'll wrap up.
Yeah, I still hope you enjoyed our episode, and I hope that, oh my god, this is so terrible, and I'm gonna say it anyway. I hope that you guys enjoyed coming on this journey to the Old Town Road with us. Hate myself for that, but
We're about to take this podcast down the Old Town Road.
Do we have any shout outs this week that we wanna make?
Oh god.
I don't know, shout out
Everyone that we usually shout out.
Shout out Joseph for being our loyal fan and asks us where the new episode is every single week in our Discord
Honestly,
server.
yeah, shout out Joseph. Our
Yeah,
number one, our first, oh my god, we should have like a fandom name. The first member of Titty.
The Titties.
Titty Town.
No.
Teddy
No, that's too close to like Curtis Town. I feel like I'm stealing. You know what? If y'all have an idea, let us
drop
know.
it in the Discord. To get in the Discord, you need to subscribe to our Patreon. Oh, that was the smoothest transition. Oh,
Damn,
hell
look
yeah.
at Holly go.
And you
Look
ruined
at her
it.
go.
Yo, I got this podcast shit down, babe.
In the fucking
So,
bag.
yeah. Bars.
Bars.
Yeah, so if you want, give us a suggestion because we have one fan and we need to give him a name. So
Please.
that's the plan.
How about Joseph? All of our fans are now Joseph.
Joseph?
We're like Danny Gonzalez is naming his whole fan base just fucking Greg. Our whole fan base name's just fucking Joseph.
We could
Everyone's,
call them
oh, you
hoes.
listen to the Titty Gang podcast? Oh, you're a Joseph too? Hell yeah.
No, we could call them hoes.
Oh, hoes.
Like, what's up? Are you a hoe too? Yeah, bitch, I'm a hoe.
I
love it.
I love it.
I love it.
So yeah, thank you for listening to this week's episode. Follow us on Twitter at TittyGangPod. Subscribe to our Patreon. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, love you.
Bye. Bye.